Welcome back to the podcast called Tell the World, and I'm your host. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing great. I'm doing good right now. Earlier, I was trying to do some test runs on the mics, and I'm noticing my mics are not working, y'all. None of my mics are working. So right now, I'm just going hands-free right now. Without no mics. I'm speaking directly through my phone. I'm usually connected to something more professional, but I'm going to do it this way right here. I don't know if you guys hear the crickets, but I hear the crickets behind me right now. I'm hearing crickets right now behind me. Look, yesterday I did a recording, and I thought that I did so well yesterday. I uploaded the video without listening, and I uploaded the audio without listening. And when I went to inspect my work, there was no sound. There was no sound. And that put me not into a good mood, because I'm like, damn, I got no sound. And you know, for some of us who do our craft, we always want to be perfect on what we do and how we do. And some days we some days we don't do so well. And when you're doing these shows right here, you want to make sure that you inspect your shows, make sure that everything is good. And sometimes when it comes down to the mics, you're going to hear some muffles and ruffles. I know some people may say, well, shit, get better mics. Pay for better mics. I have better mics. I have great mics. I have awesome mics. Some days, it just be those days. But when I'm on the go, I don't have everything with me, so I sometimes do things on the fly. But, you have to do test runs before you start recording to make sure that you're getting your work done correctly. And it's okay to make mistakes. But look, yesterday, I was talking about, I wasn't feeling so well. I had an uncomfortable stomach yesterday. For the past few days, I've been not feeling well. And so yesterday, I was making a comment that I noticed that when I was drinking my Starbucks, for some of us Starbucks drinkers out there who love their coffee, I'm not too much like a coffee lover. I really don't like to indulge into coffee. I like the smell of coffee. I like the smell of coffee with breakfast. It smells good, delicious. But I'm not too much of a coffee person. And coffee doesn't sit well with me anyway. But I've been noticing these past few days that my coffee has been making my stomach feel very uncomfortable, if you know what I mean. And so yesterday, I finally realized that my coffee wasn't being prepared right. And I started realizing that they started putting whole milk into my coffee in my Starbucks. So look, let's separate the coffee from the drinks that I get. So look, every year Starbucks sells this pumpkin spice. I love it. That's the only thing I care about is my pumpkin spice. And sometimes when that season is over with, I think it starts in September or October. I think they always start in October. I get about at least 3 months, if I'm lucky, of them still selling the pumpkin spice. And when they don't sell it, then I have to get an alternate version of the pumpkin spice, and that would be a cinnamon doje. I love the cinnamon doje. I hope I'm saying that right. Pardon my French. But I substitute that because it still gives me the taste of, spice. I know pumpkin spice and I know cinnamon, but for my taste buds, they're almost similar. So when they stop, selling the pumpkin spice, I switch over to the cinnamon doje. And that works better for me. But these past few days, my stomach has been uncomfortable. And I realized that they were putting dairy in my Starbucks. And so I solved that problem. So, I had a choice. I had a choice of almond or a choice of coconut, So right now, I'm with the almond milk. You probably say, well, what was you getting before? I'm not sure, but I know one thing, this milk is not working. So sometimes you get one person that you see every day that does your drinks. I know some of you guys understand this. Somebody that does your drink always perfect for you all the time until they get somebody new. I'm sorry. All workers deserve all opportunities. You get familiar with them and let them know what you like, your do's and don'ts, your mixtures of your drinks. So look, I don't really do the coffee. Now, I'll get a little coffee, not much, just a little bit. A splash of coffee. That's all I need. I don't need to indulge in a lot of coffee because it's just not good for me. And sometimes it gives me heartburn. Shit, let's be honest. But anything that's got dairy in it, it just doesn't sit well. So I don't do coffee well. But I also don't do no milk well either. So that's what I noticed. So I would drink it. And then within 2 hours later, I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. I'm starting to feel bloated, y'all. Are you fucking serious? What's this bloating thing going on? All right, I believe we can go back to my recording. Okay, so I realized that this bloating thing was causing me a problem. And I realized it was milk in there. Yes, I'm lactose. I am. I just can't do it. It never goes right. We know how it goes. It doesn't sit well. It doesn't go well. But at the same time, today I got the almond in it. Let's just see how it works. I'm past the stomach pain, so this is good. So I'm thinking they put a dairy product in there that didn't agree with me. That's another thing, everybody. Always let them know what you like and what you don't like. I'm sorry. It's crazy. But anyway, let's get into some news. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what I was actually talking about yesterday. What was I talking about yesterday? I think I was talking about taking time out for yourself and getting some space within yourself to reset. Sometimes we don't know how to stop. Sometimes we get into that mode of beast mode and we just don't know how to stop. And then some days we get frustrated and we don't know why we're frustrated. We don't even know why we're all over the place. And sometimes we don't think enough about ourselves to take a break to relax. Now, I know some people may say, well, I do relax. But are you relaxing the right way? Or are you just crashing out going to sleep? Sometimes you got to prepare yourself to go to sleep. Sometimes we don't prepare ourselves as we sleep. What does that mean, prepare ourselves? Well, sometimes we take a lot of shit with us at nighttime, on our thoughts, on our minds, on our hearts. And we take that through our sleep. And we don't wake up right. We don't wake up right. We don't sleep right, and we don't wake up right. So this is what I mean about taking a little time to reset yourself, taking a little time out for yourself. As humans, we tend to be in beast mode for everybody, jobs, for the family, and it's hard to get a little time out for yourself to relax. Now, this is not for the ones that know how to relax. I'm not talking about you guys. Keep doing the good work for yourselves. This is for the people who may not be understanding what they're going through. They may not be understanding what they're putting themselves through. Have I personally put myself through this? Yes. And it's miserable because sometimes you don't even know what you're doing. Sometimes as kids, our parents will say, hey, time out. Sit down. They're trying to get you to relax, calm down. You know how kids get over hyper and, they may end up hurting themselves. And as parents, we tell our kids to sit down and stop, relax, chill out. So as adults, we have to do the same thing for ourselves. We don't stop, or, some of us don't enjoy vacations because sometimes we rush our vacations and we don't really enjoy it or let it sink in enough because we got racing thoughts about how everybody else is doing. And these are things about yourself that you may not know. I know some people may say, well, I try to get it in the best way I can. And the best way you can sometimes may not be all the way healthy. It may not be good for your mental, especially when you're rushing, especially when you're trying to enjoy those moments, especially when you get a time to enjoy a moment. You know what I mean? Taking a little time out to enjoy a moment for yourself. But, it gets hard. It gets hard sometimes to get that in for yourself. So yesterday, with the podcast that I was doing yesterday, that episode I had, that episode was about taking a little time out for yourself and not just rushing to relax, not rushing to take a little time out for yourself. Find something that you like to do. Find something that you used to do that you forgot about doing. Get back into the groove of yourself. Because remember, when I said beast mode is crazy because you don't know how to stop. You don't know how to stop. And that happens. And it's okay. It's okay. But you got to find that moment to say, hey, I need a little time to myself. And sometimes you got to address people. This is when you come in, the other part of you that says, hey, time out. Not for you guys, but for me. A little space between time and yourself that you need. So I was discussing this yesterday about sometimes we don't know how to stop. And sometimes we just all over the place having racing thoughts. And sometimes it's racing thoughts because your mind gets into doing this and doing that, and you're trying to be there for everybody else, and it's like all of these voices, and they're your voices in your head. I'm sorry. Because you have mastered how to understand everybody outside of you. You get that? You understand everything about everybody outside of you. You know how everybody feels. You know they're sick. You know their temper tantrums. You know their needs. You know their wants. You know when they're not feeling well. You know when they come to ask you for some damn money. I'm sorry. But this is true. And doing it all the time, you become a totally different person. And you don't even know it. You don't even know it. I call them acting scripts of others. Drama, chaos, suspense. I'm sorry. Spooky. Yeah. But take a little time out for yourself. Find a way where you're grounded, where you don't have to rush, where you can just sit down and take a little time out for yourself to relax and chill out. It's not going to hurt you to do that. It's not going to hurt others if they don't respect that. That's that drawing the line. Now, let me go back a little bit. In the long run, it ends up hurting you because now you're a live wire that's not comfortable. You're a live wire that has no patience for yourself. You're a live wire, you become no patience for others. So these are tools that, we've all been taught to do. Self-check yourself, self-be aware of you. And it's true. It's nothing new when they say mental health. It's nothing new when they say self-care. These things have been around for the longest. The language has changed. The titles have changed. Remember when your mom says, sit down and eat your food. Stop rushing. That can wait. Those are the tools that your parents know. You're not letting your food digest right. I'm sorry about that, guys. I just heard somebody have a mental breakdown, and as I talk right now, they're having a bad breakdown, and they were screaming. I hope you guys heard that. This is what I mean about mental breakdowns of people, how things don't go right. Um, a lot of aggression being let out as we speak. Wow, I didn't expect that. They're still screaming. They're not happy. I don't know if it was a loss in the family. They got their cell phone and they're screaming. I didn't expect to catch that, y'all. I didn't even, this is not even fake. This is actually real. So, yeah, that freaked me out. I don't know how that's gonna go with that person. Um, but wellness check, y'all. Wellness check of yourself. Wellness check. You got neighbors coming out. Very interesting. That was a lot of anger. Yeah, y'all, it's real out here when it comes to uh, your wellness check of yourself. What you're doing every day and just what's around you. The world is angry. There's a lot of things going on right now, and I didn't even expect this, y'all. I didn't. I kind of paused that because it startled me. No, this person sounded very angry and they were letting loose. Well, guys, what I'm going to do is, for my safety, and I'm always safe, um, I'm going to end this show here. And we're going to come back. Maybe not tonight, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to end this episode. All right, guys, you guys have a blessed night, and remember, take care of yourself. Take care of your mental of yourself. It's real important. You heard it first.